Well, as the title suggests, I am reviewing Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, but why is that? Why am I only reviewing just this volume? I'm reading the Legendary Edition. I did have the single volumes, but I got rid of them. But I am reading from this. Well, the reason why is because I have been playing a lot of Breath of the Wild, and so I am pretty excited to be playing this game more. And so I was in the mood for some Zelda, and I realized, well, I have a Zelda manga, and Ocarina of Time is a really good game, so I decided that I'm going to review this. So let's do it. So there lives a young boy named Link in the Kokiri Forest. He lives there. And among the Kokiris, which is the type of people that live in the forest, each of them have fairies. Now, the thing about Link is that he doesn't have a fairy. His only friend seems to be the great Deku Tree that lives in the forest with them. So, when one day the great Deku Tree is being attacked, then Link gains a fairy, and he goes to save the great Deku Tree. But sadly, he doesn't get there in time. The great Deku Tree then tells Link that there is a great evil that is about to befall upon the land, and it is Link's sacred duty to go and save the land of Hyrule and save all of the people in it from a great evil known as Ganondorf. Now, that's a simple plot. The thing is that mostly if you played the game, you know exactly what this story is. And I'm not going to go into much detail about this story because more than likely you've already played the game or you've read this manga. The main issue with the entire story as a whole is the fact that it's done in such a short amount of time. Ocarina of Time is a big game. Ocarina of Time takes you a lot longer than normal games. So, here's the thing. The problem with every single threat that Link that he would face, what happens is that he would take them on and beat them in a really small amount of time. Like, there's no, it just happens. There's an entire scene of where Link accomplishes one of his goals, one of the big goals. Like, you know how in Legend of Zelda, you're given a goal. You're supposed to find, this many things to get to this thing, and then fight the boss. Well, thing is that Link takes these objects, or Link accomplishes these goals so quickly. There's an entire scene of where he's trying to, find somebody, and in 2 pages, he finds them and completes one of his goals, and it was done so quickly. It was just so short. He literally got one of, something that was difficult to him, he got it done in less than, 3 pages. So, the pacing is not the absolute best in the world. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad story, it's just the fact that the pacing really does mess with this sometimes, and it kind of doesn't, it strikes a bad chord with me a little bit. You see, out of every single Zelda game, you know exactly what to expect. Link as the strong and courageous hero, Zelda as the wise girl and princess, obviously, and Ganondorf, who is the evil bad guy. It's simple as that. And that's exactly how it is in here. But the thing is that we kind of get more development into Link and, his backstory and stuff, and see how he feels, because Link actually talks in here, and we get to see how he actually interacts with people and the thoughts in his head. And then we actually get more characterization for Zelda as well, which is more than the games actually gave us. The only thing is that Ganondorf got, I feel less time in here than the actual game itself. But maybe that's just me. It's just kind of, I don't know. But yes, every character that Link met along his journey, no one was annoying. No one that was annoying was there for very long, however. But the thing is that all the characters were pretty neat. And it's kind of cool because Zelda really has a knack of giving you really interesting and creative characters. And so you think that it's really cool. And you actually really like some of these characters. The villains and the heroes. And, you know, just the normal people that Link sees along his journey. And you really do like a lot of these characters, and I like them as well. The art is really, really spot on. I think that the art in here is really good. It actually goes for a lot of what, like, for the entire Zelda manga series, no matter what form of it that you're reading, whether that be Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Four Swords, I feel like that Akira Himikawa, who is the author-illustrator duo, I feel like that they really hit spot on with the art style, because in every single, like, part, and every single different form of it, it's a different art style. It's a different art style of Link, and they really know how to make everything mesh, and it goes for the same for Ocarina of Time, which is honestly the pinnacle of their work, and I think that their art was done really well. So overall, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, the manga, was an interesting experience. It's a lot different than the games, yeah, but at the same time, you're not really getting the full experience by reading the manga in and of itself. This is just a front for if you're trying to get interested in Zelda. If you like this, and I did like this, I really did, but it's not enough to make you interested in the series as a whole. If you're a fan of the series, this is great for you, I will say that, but this isn't something to get into this series. So, and also the problem with it is that even as a manga, it does have a lot of pacing issues, which really messes it up, and I feel like that it just isn't the best. So with that in mind, I'm going to give Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, the manga, a 7.5 out of 10. And I do suggest you buy this. Now, if you're going to take my suggestion and actually buy the series, then I recommend that you buy this in one of two ways. Ocarina of Time comes in the Legendary Edition, which I suggest is the best possible way. It's $18, which is a cheaper price than buying the two single volumes, and you also get cool color pages, and it's also two combined volumes, which is really cool. And also, if you're interested in buying single volumes, which are some of the case for you people, then you can buy Ocarina of Time Part 1 and 2 in the single volumes for about $20. Yeah, and then you can also pick up the box set if you really want the single volumes, which is another good way. It's very cheap, so the box set may be your best way of getting these, but I do suggest that you pick up the Legendary Editions. This is just my suggestion, but, you know, do whatever you want. You do you. I'm not gonna stop you. Do you like Zelda? Because I do too. And if you want to see more Zelda, follow me on Twitter. And subscribe here too, you know. Obviously the best possible way to see me and my beautiful face. Follow me here. Subscribe. Ow. Subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video.